Hey everybody, I'm Mary Beth Genovese and welcome to Sugar and Spice and Real Estate Advice. For those of you who don't know me, I live in Frisco, Texas. I'm a wife. I'm a mom to 2 adult kids. I am a person to 2 rescue dogs. I am a realtor and I am an avid home cook. And this is my channel. It's all about cooking for people that you love. And every once in a while, I throw in some real estate talk to it. So today I am making salmon. Carted myself off to Costco earlier today because I had gotten a request for, give me some new ideas for what to do with salmon. So I'm part of a cooking club, a cooking group on Facebook, and I put it out to them. How do you do salmon? What's your best recipe? Because salmon is really, really easy, and I happen to love it. I love it raw in sushi, I love it cooked, I love it smoked, and it's really easy. Pretty good for you too. So I'm gonna show you 2 ways today. The first way I am going to make it, and I'm kind of doing this on the fast. I have a disposable pan and I put parchment paper in there. Parchment paper really helps to keep fish from sticking. And this fish that I have is was just a big fillet from Costco, and it has no skin on it, okay? So the first thing I'm going to do is I am going to put some salt and pepper on this. It's gonna need a little something. And salt and pepper is always a good place to start, right? So I like to use kosher salt a lot of times when I am cooking like this. And I like fine ground pepper. I like the taste of pepper, but I don't want those big grits when I'm eating this type of dish at least. So I use a fine ground pepper. So this is salt and peppered. And I am going to take some lemon slices. My husband made this a couple of weeks ago. I was out working and it was kind of dinner time and he got home before I did. And I had said, Ed, there's some salmon in the refrigerator. Why don't you cook that up? So he did, and he got in here and he had all kinds of things going on. And I'm like, what on earth did you do? But when I tasted it, I couldn't get enough of it. Okay, so I am trying to make a bed of lemon slices. And why this is so hard for me, I don't know. But lemon slices are down. I'm gonna take a salmon fillet and I'm gonna put it on top of that, okay? I'm gonna use a little bit of olive oil. It's pretty common that you want some kind of fat when you do this. A lot of people like classic salmon that I think of, butter, lemon, and dill, right? Salt and pepper is always in my book. So most people want some kind of fat, not drowning in fat, although I have cooked salmon where you cook it in a frying pan that is filled, and it's like super slow cooking, but in kind of like a bath of olive oil, and wow, that's delicious too. Maybe that's another time on the channel here. Okay, so olive oil, I've got some garlic, and I know this is gonna be a little bit breathy. Hopefully though, you'll enjoy it. Like I said, my husband created this. I couldn't get enough of this. I just thought this was so good. So now I have red onion. I've diced it up pretty finely, and I'm just gonna kind of coat around with this red onion. And I have some Italian parsley that I chopped up. So I'm gonna kind of sprinkle this because something fresh adds a nice taste to this salmon. And I still have some more lemon, so I'm gonna hit it up. Having citrus on salmon or any fish that you bake like this is very, very typical. And these are some just really thin little slices, and I am going to lay these on top. Okay? So here is one preparation of salmon. I guess we're gonna call this salmon a la Ed. This is gonna cook in a 350 oven for probably about, I'd say probably 15 to 18 minutes. I don't like my salmon when it's cooked to be kind of raw in the middle, but I don't like it to be dried out. So there's a really fine line there. And everybody's oven's a little bit different, but I find mine, I usually set the timer for about 12 minutes, and then I check on it every 3 or 4 minutes after that and make sure that it doesn't go too far done. Okay, here's number 1. Now, I told you I was going to my Facebook cooking group about what's your favorite way to do salmon. And I had one lady say, I got it, this is the way to do it, so let's try it. I'm gonna do another piece of salmon, and I'm gonna give it a little bit of salt and pepper, like I told you before. And then, as it is today, October 1st, that means it's fall, and I am going to do something that's a little bit fall inspired. So it was funny because I think the day that I put this out there to my group, I had been at Trader Joe's in the morning, and I saw, you know, they've got pumpkin everything and all kinds of things going on. And I saw this stuff. This is Trader Joe's maple butter. So this woman in my group said, take your salmon and get some of that maple butter and put it all over it. And she said, I do the same thing with Brussels sprouts. And she said, you will thank me. Okay. So a lot of people like to put honey. That's oftentimes mixed with some kind of fat and some kind of oftentimes citrus. I said, okay. So I am going to try the recommendation of one of the ladies in my cooking group. And she said, every year Trader Joe's sells out of their maple butter. So do yourself a favor and buy 2 while you're there. I did. And I am making this for somebody that's near and dear to my heart. She had requested that I do something with salmon. She wanted some suggestions. So I'm gonna drop off these 2 pieces of salmon to her for her to try. And I have a new jar of the maple butter. I'm gonna drop that off to her as well. And we're gonna see what she thinks about this, and hopefully these ideas will inspire her. So salmon number 2 is ready. This is the maple butter, and it just has salt and pepper and Trader Joe's maple butter on it. I'm gonna take the 2 of these and I'm gonna pop them into the oven at 350. And like I said, I'll set my timer for about 12 minutes. And can you still see me on there? Let's see. I'm gonna set my timer for 12 minutes. Other ideas that people had about cooking salmon. One of my friends suggested do it in salt, and that's where you coat the entire fish in a coarse salt, like a kosher salt, and it bakes like that. And when it comes out of the oven, you kind of crack the crust of salt on it. And for those of you that don't know, you might think, oh my gosh, that's gonna be like a salt lick. It's gonna be terrible. But it really isn't salty at all. And that's a pretty interesting way. I had somebody recommend to me taking sriracha and honey, and you can do however much you want of, I guess either honey or sriracha, depending on how you like the taste of sriracha or the spiciness of sriracha. But that would be kind of like this maple butter where you just kind of smear it on the top. I had somebody else recommend to me kind of just baking the salmon and then having made a sauce on the pan that had lime and honey. I think it might have had a little cayenne pepper in it, and you pour that over when it's done. My mother-in-law always poaches her salmon, and she'll make a dill sauce with sour cream and serve that on the side. I mean, the ideas are endless, just endless. I thought this would be fun to see 2 different ways, and again, one of them kind of being sort of fall inspired with the maple butter. So let's see. Let me see what I got going here. Okay. So here I have, up here on the top, I have the salmon with the lemon and the onion and the garlic and the parsley. And down here, I have the salmon with the maple butter. Let me grab a fork and let's give these a fast try. So I'm really eager to try the maple butter one. It's got a nice little sheen to it. You can see this is cooked through. I set my timer, like I said, for 14 minutes. I ended up giving it another 2 minutes, so 16 minutes altogether. Wow. Immediately, I get something sweet. Not an overpowering sweet, but something sweet. And it's like, oh, that's delicious. Super, super simple. And that's lovely for fall. It's got a little bit of lusciousness from the butter that's on it. And then that maple is kind of gets you, and it's just sort of sweet and savory. That's really good. Okay, here's Ed's salmon with the red onion, garlic, parsley, and lemon. Now this one, because I have it on a bed of lemons, I think it cooks a little bit slower, and I had these on the same tray, right? So it's a little more tender, but wow, the freshness and the brightness of the lemon and a little bit of bite from the onion and garlic are good, delicious. I hope my friend likes these too. I hope you'll give them a try. I'd love to hear from you if you have any ideas of something you want me to cook. I'm happy to try. I am always one who loves experimenting and trying new recipes, and I hope you like it. Let me know what you think. I'll put the maple butter idea in the description, just so that you remember where it's from if you're looking for it. And I'm always here to answer your questions and to help you with some real estate. So for Sugar and Spice and Real Estate Advice, this is Mary Beth Genovese. I hope you get in the kitchen and try some salmon recipes and let me know what you think. If you'd like to know when I get new videos coming out, remember to subscribe. And if you thought this was good, please give me a thumbs up. I hope to talk to you all again soon. Have a great day.